All right. He's so fine, so good looking. He's so fine. I really got me going. Yay. All right. Here we are. We are live. Same place, same time. Woohoo. You got the ladies live from London. I want to welcome everybody here this evening. Um, no red lips today. Sorry.
No,
Sorry. We're a little tired. It's 11 p.m. here in the UK. I want to thank my co-host, Miss Lisa Griggs, and Miss Renee Rand, and Mr. Gene for taking care of all of our IT
in the
connections here.
background.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Make sure you invite, share, connect, and scan that QR code. I'm like totally a little bit messed up here.
Is what I'm thinking. I was trying to log on. I was going to point it over to the bed and say, "She's sleeping. We need to discuss sleeping in menopause tonight."
I think so.
Oh my
Brownie's
God,
sleeping
yeah.
right here. Brownie's sleeping right here.
Oh,
Right?
I see him. I see him right there.
Right
Oh.
So that's what we're going to talk about. That
Yeah.
awesome topic is menopause and sleep. Whoa, what about it? Okay, so menopause, it significantly increases the risk of sleep, as you can see. And sleep issues. So, including difficulty of falling asleep and frequent night awakenings and early morning awakenings. I don't know. I think lately my sleep is a little messed up. Maybe it's been the time.
Time changes and
Yeah,
time zones. Yes.
and often due to hormonal changes, the declining estrogen, progesterone, and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm going to turn it over to our one of my co-hosts, Miss Renee Rand, and you can tell us a little bit about everything else.
All right. Well, I was expecting that. All right. So we've just finished a 12-day British Isles cruise.
It was
And we're
great.
back in London, and our chauffeur took us all around town and showing us the rest of the sights we didn't get to see on the front end. So got back here, did a day of hydro pool, and so our muscles are relaxed and we just nodded out. So we shouldn't have to go to that much work to actually get some sleep. So we have got Robert Ferguson with us here tonight or today if you're in Las Vegas, or 6 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. And Lisa Griggs, and we're going to actually talk about what we can do to make a difference for better sleep during menopause. And of course, there's lots of things that we can be doing that are going to make some changes. And I know myself, I've made changes by working on hormones, making sure that we're getting the nutrition that we
Yeah.
need. And Robert's helping us do all that at the same time. So Robert, do you want to hop in here and save us tonight since we're
Seriously.
seriously?
Well,
Yeah.
well, one, I want to say thank you and for letting me join this amazing team this amazing team. And I would love to contribute as it pertains to sleep, because at this very moment, we're actually doing an experiment for 30 days on how to help people improve their sleep.
Awesome.
Uh, so I can share with you what we're seeing.
Wonderful.
And then, because I think that we all could benefit from better sleep, right?
For
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
And I believe, Lisa, you're great at sleeping. Or am
I'm
I
really
am
good
I
at
off?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm really, really good at sleeping. I love to sleep.
Okay,
I
now
You
I
know,
think a bomb
reset
could
the
go off
mood.
and I wouldn't hear it.
Yeah, a bomb could go off and she wouldn't hear it. My alarm went off. She wouldn't hear it. So, yeah.
Yes, I do think
Well,
that sleep is healthy, Robert. I think it's healthy for us. And I would imagine, okay, I'm not the expert here, you are, that many people, or let's say many sicknesses, are related to sleep deprivation. Like somehow there's a correlation between if you have a lack of sleep, you are moody, you are cranky. I mean, you can always tell the people that don't get enough sleep. They
Mhm.
seem to be the most miserable people on the planet. So I would imagine that there's some correlation between when you get good sleep, that your mood is elevated, which plays a part into menopause. We talk about it a lot on this show. Probably the 99% of the time we're talking about mood. And then I would imagine there's other stressors, you know, that if you don't get adequate sleep, I would imagine your cognitive function and your clarity is not as good. You don't think as sharp and you're not as on point. You know, just with your daily activities like work or, you know, being a stay-at-home mom even, or, you know, being a woman who takes care of her parents. I think there's probably some pieces of that. So yes, I love to sleep. And whenever I'm in a bad mood, I always just want to go to sleep because I know that will interject a lot of that momentum and then reset, you know, me back into the happy vortex. So am I on to something with any of this conversation, Robert?
Yeah. Now, when you fall asleep, do you stay asleep all night, or do you wake up and go to the restroom, or have a moment where you're awake and go back to sleep?
Well, you know what? Honestly, thanks to balance oil, I'm actually sleeping the best I have slept. And I was on a product, and there Veronica's got the capsule. I was on a product recently that everyone told me you're going to get the best sleep if you take this certain product. And I did. And I thought that actually I was getting pretty good sleep. I was dreaming. I was in REM state of sleep. I was having vivid dreams. So I didn't feel like my sleep was, you know, was bad. But now that I'm taking the balance oil, I feel like my sleep is actually improved considerably, because now I'm really sleeping through the night. And actually, I feel like when I dream, my brain is overactive. I it's weird. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually prefer not to drink. No, but just to sleep and not be like waking up going, but wait, what did I dream about? And journaling it or thinking back or over analyzing my dreams. So I don't know. I actually feel like I'm sleeping better. So no, I do not get up in the middle of the night at all. And I've only been on the balance oil for about a week and a half.
Wow. Now, Renee and Veronica, like I think you said, Veronica, when you go to sleep, you're out until you wake up, right?
I am out completely.
Not me.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Renee, you wake up in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Are you up once you wake up, or do you fall right?
No, I can go back to sleep.
Okay. Now, do you guys use anything to fall asleep, to include magnesium, melatonin?
I do use liquid magnesium occasionally, but I didn't bring any on this trip.
Okay. Or what about cannabis, like gummies?
Nope. I do have them, but they have a tendency sometimes to make me a little extra groggy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I don't like to do that.
Well, I'm going to share with you guys, and I know you know this, but man, you three are unique, because most people over the age of 35, 40 are not sleeping well. And that's why if you look at like the supplements that people are buying, primarily magnesium, then they're buying melatonin. People are like turning to cannabis, like for edibles to go to sleep, sleeping pills, and that's created some addictions. I mean, it is a major, major problem. Some people turn to alcohol to get sleep. I mean, it is a big, big stressor. And as you guys mentioned earlier, when you don't get as much quality sleep, it shows up in many, many, many health conditions.
Yeah.
To include increased ability or increased likelihood of gaining body fat, makes it challenging to lose weight. So sleep is a problem, and that's why I'm having fun with this new study. So I can't tell you guys what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
So this is what we're doing. And let me acknowledge what Lisa brought up. Balanced oil is big on helping to reduce inflammation in the body systemically. And inflammation can play a major role in hindering your ability to sleep. And reducing inflammation, there have been multiple reports of people saying once they started taking the balanced oil, they sleep better.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's not, and if you go look that up, AI, LGB, all of that T chat, you will find that polyphenols and omega-3 fatty acids together and apart help with sleep. Okay. So here's the part that's intriguing to me. So in my space in the clinical world of nutrition, we have this thing called pathways. And in business, they have this thing called follow the money. You guys ever heard that?
Yep.
Okay, so if you follow the money, you can uncover like what's making something work, what's making something not work. Well, if you follow the pathways, it will help you see what is really needed or what's going to make something work. So most people don't know this, but serotonin is a hormone that is primarily created and produced in your gut.
Mm.
And serotonin is known primarily for its benefits on our mood, but is equally important as it pertains to our sleep. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Because most people don't know that,
Yeah, that's true.
We're listening
right?
attentively.
So serotonin helps with our sleep.
Mm.
Now, that's number one. Number two, that most people don't know, is that over 90% of the serotonin in your body that helps your brain and all that is produced in your gut. So over 90% of serotonin is not produced in the brain. It's produced in your gut microbiome. Man, we're making some progress. How you feeling, Gloria? Are you with us?
I love it.
So we got it, right? So that's two things. Okay. So Robert, connect the dots. Okay, the dots is this. If serotonin helps my sleep, I need more serotonin. How
Okay.
does the body, what is needed, and how does the body create serotonin in the gut? It all begins with this amino acid called tryptophan.
Mhm.
Right.
So tryptophan is popular because of what we think about when we eat turkey,
Turkey.
right? You eat that turkey for Thanksgiving. Oh boy, I'm having the tryptophan effect. I'm sleepy. Well, tryptophan plays a big role in producing serotonin. So when amino acid, tryptophan, you eat it, whether it's turkey, eggs, chicken, fish, like we're all getting tryptophan. It works its way and gets into your gut and your specifically your large intestine, where all these microbiota, these microbes and bacteria live. And when the tryptophan is in the gut, if capital IF, you have consumed enough fiber, the fiber will cause that tryptophan to convert into serotonin.
Oh, wow.
But if you're not eating enough fiber, you're not getting that conversion.
Well,
Okay. That
Okay.
makes sense.
yep.
Well, 90% of every adult that we all know is not eating enough fiber.
Mm.
We are getting about 15 grams, if that, in a day. The U.S. dietary guidelines recommend somewhere between 25 to 38. If you go back to biblical days, they were consuming 70 to about 100, 120 grams a day.
Wow.
And if you go hang out with Lisa and go over to this beautiful place in Africa and meet the Hasta, they're consuming 100 to 150 grams
Mm.
of
Wow.
fiber a day. And they don't have a problem sleeping.
So
So,
give us some examples of what we need to be doing with our diet to make that up some of that lack that we.
all right, man, you guys come with the right questions at the right time.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we eating now?
Well, all
Fiber.
right. So people may like the first part. Eat more variety of vegetables.
Mm.
Okay. That's
Here's
all
a
right.
second.
That's
Here's a second part that's going to scare a couple people.
good.
Eat a variety of fruits.
Yeah.
I'm good with
all,
that.
all
Yay.
colorful ones. Yeah.
Now, some people think fruit is bad.
I keep hearing that. Like, don't eat bananas. It has too much sugar. Don't eat berries. It has too much sugar. So when I go through the grocery store and I'm in the produce, I'm like, wait a minute, am I allowed to have cherries? I heard it had too much sugar. Am I allowed to have bananas? I think it has too much sugar. So I'm glad we can have fruit. That makes me happy.
Yes. It works completely different in the body.
I'm a berry person. I love berries,
Oh,
strawberries,
man.
blackberries, raspberries, blueberries. I don't have any problems with the berries.
Or watermelon.
Oh no, I know. I love.
Yeah,
I
she
love
loves
watermelon
watermelon too. So yeah.
Well, I like watermelon.
too. You like Kool-Aid too?
I like what?
Kool-Aid too?
You're funny, Robert.
Oh man.
Oh, we love you, Robert.
Well, you know what? There's a little tip with bananas. So when you make a smoothie, like bananas are great because it gives the smoothie a little bit more of that creaminess.
Right.
Never add blueberries to a banana when you make a smoothie
Oh, why?
because there's an enzyme inside of the banana
Yeah.
that blocks the polyphenol benefit of the blueberries.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
Well, I don't have to worry
Completely
about
completely cuts it down.
Yeah, wow.
Unless you freeze the banana first,
Yeah,
Mm.
do that.
then it can work. Then you can do
Okay.
it. Or if you heat it up really high. But if you just have a regular banana at room temperature, you're going to block the benefits that the polyphenols in the blueberries provide.
Okay, but if you freeze the banana, it works all right.
Exactly.
All right.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now back to
Veronica,
the.
Veronica doesn't eat bananas,
I
so
hate
that's
them.
not a problem. But
Okay, you don't have to have bananas, but bananas have
Okay.
this thing
I
in
haven't
it
eaten a
called.
banana in 40 years, so I hate
Well,
bananas.
well, banana has a good fiber in it, one called prebiotics.
Yeah.
right.
And it's the prebiotics in certain fibers that gets into the gut that causes tryptophan to convert to serotonin.
Mm.
Okay, now, one more step.
Okay.
If you have a good amount of magnesium in your body, which you get through eating greens and all kind of foods,
Mm.
that along with B vitamins, which you also get with all the different foods you're eating, helps to convert, here's the drum roll, the serotonin into melatonin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really cool.
And that's how we get the sleep.
Really cool.
So if you think about it, with all these people who aren't getting enough sleep,
Mhm,
no one is telling them to eat more fiber.
Right.
mhm, mhm.
And we know they're not eating more fiber because the country is not getting enough fiber.
Yeah.
Mm.
So instead of going to the root cause and correcting it there, let's have people go to the store and buy magnesium
Mm.
or go to the store and buy melatonin supplements. And so we get away from going to the root when you don't know the pathways and you just keep putting band-aids on everything. And we'll just keep getting worse and nobody will correct it.
I
And
all
so
of a
the
sudden had
study-
a vision. Sorry, Robert.
Go for it.
Well, no, I just had a vision when you said that. I was like, oh my gosh, why do they not want us to know this stuff? Because I'm thinking like when we go into the grocery store, why don't we just have this on the foods when you're in the produce section? Like, oh, this, like, for instance, you were mentioning blueberries, Veronica, and I love blueberries too, but I didn't know that blueberries and bananas together, like this whole piece that Robert was just talking about. I used to always mix my blueberries and bananas together, so now I won't do that. But why don't they show this in the grocery store? Like blueberries, high in polyphenols. You know what I mean? Like, why don't they have signs everywhere that just says like, this is good for that and this and that? Because maybe we need more education in the actual grocery store around these subjects. We just don't know. We've been
Well,
taught.
so what you're
know-
saying, Lisa, is you're assuming that these people care.
I'm gonna jump in. I'm jumping in here.
Okay,
Okay,
yes,
so I
I do.
work.
Yes, I do, because I believe that there are people that actually do care. I think there is a sect of people that do care and that genuinely want good information that will help them. I think a lot of our culture and a lot of the propaganda in the media And what we've been taught, you know, Robert, you and I talk about this all the time. Whenever I'm talking to you, I'm always like, well, I heard from someone. I'm not, and I'll say to you, not really sure if it's correct or not, but this is what I've been told, or this is what I've been taught. And then you'll try to kind of correct that knowledge, you know, that's been imparted into me. So sometimes I'm wondering if it's doctrinal dogma of some sort that we've been taught to get us to eat this way. But I do think that people genuinely care. I think that I don't know, maybe we could do a poll on this show today. I mean, do people actually care about their health or not? I know, Veronica, you wanted to say something too.
Yeah, I want to jump in because I'm coming from a grocery background in my second lifetime here. Grocery stores, there's a method to their madness. Okay, so around the perimeter, that's where everything healthy is. That's why most stores you walk in, you see your fruits and vegetables first. They want you to go up and down the aisles, and they lead you to go up and down the aisles where it's not so good. But even going in the fresh produce area, you come and you see this beautiful fruits and vegetables and colorful and everything. It's just like it's the people who are I feel that are living a healthy lifestyle go there first. That's where I usually shop first. But even looking for organic as opposed to not organic, there's always a discrepancy there as well, because our growing our soil and everything has been depleted. And that would have been a question to you, Robert, because the soil's depleted and whatnot, and you're getting organic. How would you know if having organic fresh fruits and vegetables are higher in fiber and whatnot? But yeah, I mean, they grocery stores are worried about making money.
Yeah, they're not worried about. Yeah, they're not worried about the rest. It's not that people don't care. It's a side of business in the grocery business and a lot of other businesses out there that it comes to their bottom line, and their bottom line doesn't always make sense when it goes to our better well-being.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Nope, I hear you.
I agree. What do you think, Robert?
I mean, I agree with everything you guys just said. If they could make more money or not lose money, and it wouldn't be an inconvenience, then yeah, why wouldn't they do it? Their goal is to sell products, extend the shelf life so they don't have to throw stuff away,
Right.
Or return things, right? That's where trans fats came in, because trans fats were great. You could add trans fats to a Snickers bar and it would sit on the shelf for a year and a half, if not longer than that, without going rancid.
Yeah.
And so it's all about moving product, making money. And it's up to us to go in and create the demand that we want certain things a certain way, and we're willing to spend the money for it. But it's tough. I mean, I don't even know where to start except for just informing people and giving them the right information.
The right choices, yeah.
And I would say beware of the supplement industry. Even though I'm a partner with a company that makes available supplements, and I can say it because their supplements are legit. Not all supplements are. Like, I wouldn't want to come out with a product that was magnesium, because as Gloria mentioned in the chat, you have a lot of people that are buying, magnesium, they're buying melatonin over the counter. And if you just go look at the side effects, especially long term, those same kids that got like gut problems that their parents have been like, providing this melatonin and encouraging them to go buy some magnesium to help their sleep, instead of addressing the fact that they're not getting enough fiber. We could, because a lot of those kids are going to have all kind of problems. The kids born today are the ones that are growing up in their early 20s right now. They are by far, and I can back this up with a ton of data, going to be in the worst health of, I think like people in their 80s are way healthier than people in their 50s and 60s. Because they had less introduction and experience with a lot of the crap that came after 79.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then my group, we got a little bit of it, not too overwhelming. we got hit with crack and drugs, right? So the days of like in the 80s, right, when crack had just hit a whole bunch of communities and people just got caught up in alcoholism and all that stuff. But the kids today, oh, I look at my kids and I'm like, guys, like they take balance oil every day.
Yeah.
It's mandatory.
Yeah.
And like I think I was sharing this with Lisa. I have them read some of my articles, and if they answer 3 questions correctly after they read one of my short little articles, then they get $50.
Wow. Hey,
You
Yeah.
pay me
Robert.
$50 for reading an article?
Hey, out to our listeners.
Because knowledge is so powerful. Like
Yeah.
for instance, my eldest daughter is really into weightlifting and building muscle. Like that is like her thing. And so I wrote an article on how you cannot optimize building lean skeletal muscle without an adequate amount of omega-3.
Yeah.
It helps with recovery. It helps prevent the loss of skeletal muscle, or what they call disuse, atrophy. So when she saw that, because she's into like strength training, she's like, oh, I'm taking. She looks at the balance oil the same as a lot of bodybuilders look at protein powder,
Yeah.
because she knows.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me just telling her. She got to read it, and then I referenced everything so she can see that I didn't just make it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Real stuff out there.
Well, you
Yeah.
got to educate. Because I love what my son and daughter-in-law doing with their baby. She's 19 months old. No sugar, no sweets. Everything is fresh fruits and vegetables.
All
Almost
organic.
all organic.
All
I
organic.
about nearly had a heart attack when I seen her handing her a chicken finger at 6 months old. I'm like, a chicken finger that was baked or grilled, that was cooked well. And I'm thinking, oh my God, why are you giving her that? And she's gnawing away on it, and she's eating artichokes and mushrooms and berries.
Avocados. She loves
avocados.
avocados. Yeah.
I think it also starts with, the parents at a young age as well, with the children being brought up today. And I'll tell you what, that kid loves everything. She's only 19 months old now.
Well,
And
you know what? Here's being married to a woman, we were in sync when it came to the nutrition for our kids.
yeah.
Like they literally ate everything as close to nature as you could imagine.
Yeah.
But I always knew the day is going to come when they're going to eat a French fry at McDonald's for the first time. So I would tell parents listening, I go, they're going to eventually eat it.
Yeah.
And my kids went through stages, man, where once they got introduced to it, boy, they went to work. It's like I sent Lisa a video of this guy who's in a Hazda in a tribe, right? Like a hunter-gatherer.
Yeah.
And they fed him a French fry. I have to send you guys a video.
Okay.
Imagine like all you've eaten is food close from nature.
Right.
Yeah.
And then someone gives you a fry and they go, eat. And he started eating it. Oh my, the look on his face. Because it was delicious.
Isn't that funny how it gets addictive too,
It is addictive. Yeah.
Oh man, food tastes good at In-N-Out Burger and like all these places.
Well, we just got off a cruise ship. So the tons and tons of food that they have to bring on a cruise ship when there's 5,200 people on the ship to feed with the passengers and the crew. And they did have fruit every day. They didn't have a lot of choices of berries, but they did pop up with some blueberries and raspberries for us. But they're heavy carbs, pastries, desserts, breads, and they bake their own bread every day on the ship. So it's a little bit better than grabbing a loaf off the shelf type of a thing. But I still didn't eat bread, just because I've trained myself on different things. It just makes it easier for me not to, because I love bread. Bread's my favorite.
I mean, even the smell of that fresh bread didn't pull you in, Renee?
It actually, no, it didn't. But I wanted to. only because bread's my favorite food group, and I don't so yeah, but it's one of those things that, puts my sugar way up through the roof every time I eat it, so I just don't do it. But it was interesting. We had a lot of fish, a lot of interesting fish too.
Yeah.
Oh, like what? Like, give us an example of some different fish.
There was cake or cat lake or a hike.
Hacky.
Park HAKE. There was a rockfish. I'm like, oh no, don't know what that is, but I'm not eating that one. Got any salmon? Got some scallop? Give me some
scallop, shrimp.
Yeah.
But they had fish every day. I mean, lots of different fish.
Yeah.
Trout. You had trout one night.
Yeah,
trout was good.
Fish. Oh, I had sea bass. That was
sea
amazing.
bass was wonderful.
Oh,
okay, so I hope you guys, at least as a Ferguson, let me just ask the big question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Tell me you had some fish and chips.
We did.
I said Robert's going to be so mad at me.
that was actually our dinner tonight. We split an order of fish and chips.
I mean, come on, you cannot go there and not have fish and chips.
Yeah, we tried it in different places too. It was really interesting. She ate it in a pub.
Yeah.
She had it in a pub one day, and with the locals. We had the ship fish and chips was terrible.
Yeah,
but the hotel, the first night we were in town, we had fish and chips with room service, and that was one of the best that we had.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds so yummy.
But we are kind of amazed though. They don't do French fries as chips. They do big square pieces of potato like chips.
I haven't figured out what the mushy peas are, but
yeah, mushy peas are served with everything. It's very weird.
Mushy peas.
Yeah, well, I'm the shepherd's pie, right? So did you guys have shepherd's pie while you were there?
No, I didn't, because that would have like what, lamb or something in it, like something I know I won't.
Oh man,
yeah.
I make a good shepherd's pie, by the way.
But they did have lamb. I had lamb a couple nights. They did have lamb. They had everything you can imagine. Lots of different foods.
Yeah.
I had escargot. I had snails.
Oh, yeah. That was last night too.
Oh man, did you like the snails?
I loved them.
Had tuna.
Butter and garlic. She had tuna one night too. Yeah.
Well, the snails are very rich in omega-3s.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. She wouldn't even entertain it. I loved every second of it. No. So, but cruise ships is where I learned how to try different foods over the years, and that's how I taught my kids how to try different foods too.
Not even touching the haggis. Oh. Nasty.
Yeah, and then because they could order it, and then if they didn't like it, they could get something else like frog legs or escargot or any of that. They always loved it because they got to try things that they would never try at home.
Okay. All right. So back to the sleep. You ready for a couple more tips?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. So everybody watching, if you want to get better sleep, if I were you, I would really consider pulling back on the supplements with magnesium and melatonin. I mean, that's just my recommendation. Then make sure you get enough fiber. So eat some fruits and vegetables. All of that's going to help. If you get the balance oil, I do believe that can help. And we have a product called Xenobiotic that's packed with some prebiotics that can help people who aren't going to eat enough fiber. Some people are just not going to get enough fiber. So I use the Xenobiotic myself, especially I remember like when you look at the fact that we are designed to consume 100+ grams of dietary fiber a day. The government's recommending 25 to 38 and only 10% of the population is getting that.
Right.
So knowing that, why not take in some Xenobiotic, right? So then if you're going to work out, you want to exercise. The earlier you can work out, the better. People who work out in the afternoon and the evening, it can interfere with your ability to sleep.
Okay.
But I do get some people, that's just the only time they can work out. So the recommendation then would be maybe take yoga, learn how to bring the heart rate down and get yourself in as much of a peaceful place as possible after your afternoon, evening workout. That's going to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. When you wake up in the morning, sometime before noon, if possible, you want to get at least 20 to 30 minutes of daylight.
Okay.
If you don't get the daylight, you can't produce serotonin.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, so if we put you in a cave, right? and the sun never touches your skin, you don't get daylight, then that's not good. It ain't
Okay.
gonna happen. And the same as at night, you need darkness to be in as dark of a place as possible for melatonin to kick in.
Right.
So we need the sun. And what I tell people when it's cold outside, or my clients, I'll say, you know what? Get your computer, get next to the window, like let the sun from outside like hit you. Get a little bit of light that way. And if you can do it earlier in the day, then that's going to help you get the serotonin produced in your body. That's going to help you fall asleep later at night.
Okay.
Got it. Got
Okay.
it.
And then my last tip, well, there's more, but this is the one that people get upset and they turn the channel when I'm talking to them.
Oh.
And I say, about an hour before you go to sleep, turn your damn phone off.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know Lisa's about to leave now. Bye, Lisa.
that's attached.
Because I bet Lisa's in the bed on the phone. Hey, yeah, hey. Like making things happen, right?
You know what it is? I listen to subliminals at nighttime. So it's not necessarily that I have the phone right next to me, but I have it like off to the side. No judging right now. So I have a, my earbuds in while I'm listening to subliminals at nighttime. They're just,
Okay,
thing
well,
I do.
I'm just teasing you, Lisa, because
And it's how I live in this world.
well,
Quite frankly,
well, I'm teasing you, Lisa, because my biggest challenge right now in my life, as far as my health, is putting the phone down and giving myself a good hour without the phone.
Mhm.
And I'm having a really tough time with that. And I'm wanting to create some new habits.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling through it. So I'm open to suggestions because right
well,
now
you can have
it's
sex before you go to bed. That would be the easiest way. Oh, look at that. Two romance goddesses live on call, and they're literally like this. What did she just say? Like, I've never even heard of sex before. Like, what did she actually just say? Like, they were just like, what?
No,
No,
that's
because I think that I was reading some stuff and it was just saying like remove the TV from your room, get rid of the tablets and the phones, that these are all like basic ways that obviously you can help get better sleep. Because I don't have a TV in my room. I don't watch TV anyway, but these are some of the things that you can do to kind of back that up. I think it's hard to be on I think it's hard to put the phones down. I do. I think it is naturally difficult for us. But
that's a great. You know what? That's a great tip because
Yeah.
I saw a picture recently where someone showed a husband and wife in the bed, and they're both on their phones.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I wonder how that's working out.
Yeah, like what's the point, right? And then having a TV in your room. If you're listening to PowHer Hour 2.0 right now with Renee Rand and Veronica Valentino, Lisa Lopez Griggs, and Robert Ferguson, Gloria's on here, Linda's on here, we're all encouraging you. Remove your TV from your bedroom.
Yes,
Let's just start there,
absolutely.
and then put your phones down, and I know Renee would be a big advocate for this. Connect with one another,
Right.
if you are in a relationship or you are married, take that last hour to just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little bit of a problem with that, Lisa.
We're not even charging you today for any of these tips, isn't it?
No, but there's a challenge with all of that.
What is it?
Share with us.
Yeah.
Well, when they get in the bedroom, they're sleepy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's somebody. again, it has to do with mood, right? You know,
Well,
you
you
get
know,
some
like, all right, I would love, this is a question I've always wanted to ask a group of women. And that is, and you guys have friends and have lived life, but how common is it when you have a husband and wife or a man and woman in a relationship or whatever, man, man, woman, woman, but you
Right.
have this couple and one wants to be intimate
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is not really like showing any signs for it. Now, I mean, where the woman may put on a negligee and she's really working it,
Well,
and he don't even he walks by her and taps on her shoulder or gives her a fist bump. How common is that?
That's very common, Robert. Very common. Coming from the sexual wellness side of my background, it's common because what happens in a relationship is after a while, you forget about the other person's needs as much as your own. And so things are not as spicy. That's why for years we worked with spicing up things in the bedroom for couples. You know, it was really important to add that spark so that you had something to, you know, spark it up and keep it exciting. I think communication in the bedroom is the biggest challenge with that, and why that continues is generally couples stop communicating in that department, talking about what they want. I also think they can both write little notes to each other on leave a note in the morning on something that they want to get excited about for that night. You know, do little things that are going to make things a little bit more interesting to each other. And you really also have to make sure that you let your partner know. I mean, you know, for a lot of people, I mean, there are devices that you can use without your partner if your partner's not cooperating, but the whole idea is you're not building that you know, wonderfully strong relationship if you're no longer communicating verbally and physically with each other.
I
So
mean, but doesn't it get really bad? Like here he is on the bed with his arms crossed, his eyes closed, trying to fall asleep, and all he hear is bzzz.
well, you know what? The way to take care of that, you know, is participate with your partner. You don't have to worry about the buzzing alone. But
Oh man.
you know, there's lots of times too, you know, tell people that, you know, a toy is a great way, but there's toys for men too.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's sleeves for men that work that way too, if the situation is reversed. But, you know, sometimes with or without your partner, you just have to do what you have to do. And of course, the wonderful endorphins that are released when you have an orgasm is pretty fabulous. So if you can do it together, it's wonderful. If you don't have a partner right now, then you can do it yourself. It's wonderful. Just take care of what needs to be done. But I really think it's the communication piece that we need to work on.
it's so
Wow.
good how we went from sleep to Bob.
Well, hey, actually, it's one of my other tips as far as if you want a good night's sleep, and
Yeah.
it goes with what Lisa said. I do believe guys will totally get this.
Yeah.
Right. I don't, and maybe you guys can tell us if it's the same for women, but when you have that time together, man, I mean, you have a way better sleep.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
It's proven medically, scientifically, like
Yeah.
sex before you go to bed, you're
Yeah.
gonna have better sleep. So
Yeah.
that was the best tip, I believe. But also too, you know, I think, I mean, and I have a lot to say on this subject. Time right now.
Be it
It's
with yourself or someone
3:43,
else.
but I just thought it was so funny the ladies' reactions because they're both my mentors in this space. But you know, Renee, what I was thinking about is, you know, when Robert's question about when the man doesn't want it or the woman doesn't want it, you know, it's interesting because I was a pastor's wife for 20 years, and of course, you know, just being in the church for so long, you're taught that your body doesn't belong to you. It's 1 Corinthians 7:4. And we won't get up on all that today, but you know, it could be a good scripture for people to study out on their own.
Right.
Because I think that there is a piece to that. I think with regard to the subject that we talk about here on this show, menopause, there's a lot of layers to it because a lot of women, their libido is not there. And so they're needing that extra help. Men's libido, maybe not there because they have andropause. They deal with andropause. So that, which Robert, I was going to mention one time, maybe that would be great subject matter for you to talk about is andropause sometime on our show. But I think there's a lot of layers because of the menopause piece. There's also vaginal dryness that women deal with when they're going through menopause. So there's a lot of layers to why they wouldn't want to be having sex, and how it does help with sleep. But I think that every relationship's different and every person is different. And I think that plays a big part in it. But
Nice.
if you're married and you are a believer, I think that's a scripture to pay attention to, because that is the bonding and the peace that's becoming of the one flesh. Right. So that is why you become one flesh. You're knowing each other through that intimacy. And, ladies, we talk about it all the time. I put myself on the spot all the time, with regard to my celibacy, because I think that is an important part of, the relationship. Renee, you talked about that in the past. You're like, don't rush that kind of stuff, because that is the way that you connect,
Well, if you don't connect by putting sex first, and when you're meeting somebody and you're starting a relationship, you need to be friends first, because once the sex starts, all the other kind of communication usually goes out the window. So, I mean, you have to go down a path of getting to know a person before you leap into that part of it, because it makes a tremendous difference in what's going to happen in the future to your relationship. Other things become so less important if sex is always in the forefront of that above everything else in your relationship. So there has to be an easy way to, I mean, the sex is going to be great. If the sex is going to be great when you eventually have sex, when the timing is right, everything's right, and down that path. And once you're married and together,
I know. I'm thinking, well, maybe if you could sleep together.
well, that's true too.
You can sleep, you don't snore, and you can have a nice relationship.
Oh, I got a great tip. I got a great tip on the cruise from a friend we met on the cruise ship. He said his wife is a terrible snorer, so he wears those headphones, those noise canceling headphones, so that he doesn't have to sleep in another room. And I thought that's a great idea.
Oh gosh,
that's a great idea.
Well, at least we can all make a conscientious effort to put our phones down and start thinking about eating a lot more fiber and building our serotonin to help with our melatonin, and we get a great night's sleep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So these two are going to get a great night's sleep, because morning's coming early and we're flying back to the US tomorrow. So
we are.
It's been a lot of fun doing the last 3 shows out of the country and something a little bit different. We want to thank Robert so much for being here today and helping fill in our sleep.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And we want to make sure that we let everybody know we do have a short video coming, forthcoming about balance oil. Lisa, can you hold that bottle up?
There you go. Yeah.
No, I do have one more question before we get out of here.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is a situation.
Okay.
Because it can, so it's a situation. So let's say you have a man and woman in a relationship, and he's having a challenge and experiencing erectile dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking about it all the time.
Okay.
It's keeping him up at night. She's, can you give some tips for a woman who's watching?
Yes.
On how to communicate with the guy to keep him from not just beating himself up
and giving up on the situation.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Even if you do have ED, guys, ladies know that they can still have an orgasm. Mm-hmm. They may not be able to have a hard, suitable object, because of the ED, but it really, there are so many other ways that you can be intimate with your partner. So for a guy, I would say step up to the plate and learn other ways to please your partner. Mm-hmm. We all have different ways. We have fingers, we have tongues, we have toys, we have everything you can imagine. So step up to the plate and participate in other ways. Also remember that romance, kissing and touching is a big portion of being intimate with a female. So if a man's dealing with ED, he has to step up to her part of the relationship and fill in the romantic side of things, or the touchy feely kissy type part of it, so that she can be more comfortable with dealing with the ED as well.
Mhm.
And lots of women, you just don't understand that there's so many ways you can still please your partner. You know, we don't want to throw men on Viagra. We don't really don't, because it does a lot of harmful things to the body as well. And so we naturally want to be able to take care of our partner. So, you know, have that discussion, get some help, give me a call. I'll be happy to go over it with you and your partner, or with either one of the partners. Happy to do that. And just know that he needs to have the confidence to know that she loves you, she cares for you, and that there are so many other ways that you can please your partner, and please, you may not even realize about the pleasing yourself part of that when you have ED. So it's a good discussion for another topic we can bring up on another show too.
I wanted to plant the seed, and you know what, you and I could do work together, because for years I have helped and coached women with vaginal dryness, as well as like putting them in a position to boost their interest, and
Right.
as well as men. I have 7 clients right now, guys, who have had to deal with erectile dysfunction. Both of them, if you didn't know this, the balance oil is great for both.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So, and that's a whole really interesting, fun conversation. I wrote an article on vaginal dryness and tied into how that works. I haven't written one on erectile dysfunction, but I will. But see, people didn't know they were going to come here and learn about sleep and a couple other things.
A couple other things. Well,
Well, you know what?
it's always interesting.
So men have challenges. There's a lot of men who are having challenges with
Oh,
ED.
and for the record, I have no problems over here.
Oh, okay. Well, we're so
Okay.
happy to hear that.
Yeah,
We're
I just
so
want
happy to hear
to make sure
Thank you
that
for
that's
sharing
clear.
that with us.
Okay. Like absolutely none.
that. Okay, that's good to hear. Well, you're
Put
on
this way, I mean, I feel
what
like a
can you say?
16-year-old when I wake up in the morning.
All right, awesome. Awesome.
That was a lot of information.
That's okay. That's okay. It's in my wheelhouse. It's okay.
That's
You
my
know,
disclaimer.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
See,
Challenges.
you and we see you laughing.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
You know, it's just individuals who may be suffering from cancer and whatnot, and still want to have a close bond and just be close to that person. I mean, even staying connected, even a hug, a kiss is so much more better than, not even doing it. Even if you're laying in bed nude next to one another,
Yeah.
and just you might not be able to perform or anything like that, but just the touch of the feel of the skin and everything is an amazing way to be intimate and to help him along too. So
Well,
I'm just saying,
diabetes, I know, Robert,
yeah.
you probably know this. Diabetes is a tremendous contributor to ED as well. And so, we have, along those lines, there's challenges that come as well. I always used to tell the ladies when we do a little class on sexual, stimulation, is if a man has diabetes, then his if you're doing a blowjob, I mean, I'm just going to be out there, okay? I put it out there, okay. Yeah, if you have a blowjob, then actually his semen goes back inside and goes into his bladder instead of
Yeah.
ejaculating the semen. And so for a lot of women, they don't realize that. There's a lot of women that are scared to perform oral sex on their partner. And if they realize that they don't have to worry about that part of it, gee whiz, another bonus.
Yeah.
So I
This
think
show
a lot
has
of
just
bonuses.
gotten crazier by the minute.
Of course. Well, you can tell when you're
that's-
sleep deprived in London.
Exactly right. This is why Robert said I love sleep. Yeah, I do. Because I'm sexy and celibate and obviously sleepful. I wanted to give a fact real quick. We've talked about it on the show. It's actually a statistic. I always find this interesting. $2.46 billion has been spent for erectile dysfunction research compared to 1.22 million for women's hormone health with regard to menopause. Okay.
Whoa.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's a
I
lot
have
of
chills
disparity.
all over my body just saying that, because we know, Robert, because you brought this up, it is a big topic for men. We've talked about it on our show before, and we've used this statistic before, and it reminded me of that because this is obviously very heavy on the minds of the men. And I would imagine having a master's in psychology, Robert, maybe it has something to do with the male ego. I'm not saying it does. I don't know. However, with that said, the fact that $1.2 million dollars or 1.22 million, comparable, I'm saying, with regard to that kind of research, there's a big disparity. So we should do a topic, we should do a show around this and talk more about this. In the meantime, everyone, put your phones and your tablets away, move those TVs out of your bedroom, have more sex. And if you're not, get a friend like Bob, as Renee is saying, and be naked with a friend, you know.
Get your battery operated boyfriend. They
That's
don't
right.
Get
your
got the
balance
trash
oil.
to bring home a
Yeah.
paycheck. Get your balance oil. Here we go. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here this evening. And thank you to our special guest, Robert Ferguson. You are amazing. For everyone out there, same place, same time. We will be back in the States tomorrow. And be looking forward to our next topic next Monday.
Yes.
So thank you, everybody. Make sure you, I'll get to you, Lisa.
Okay.
Make sure you scan our QR code. Our 800 number, give us a shout out, share, invite, and do everything else that you do. We love you all. Lisa?
Yeah, we want to make sure that we do hear from you on our 800 number. It's 877-776-3985. We welcome your ideas. If there's a topic or you have questions for Robert or Veronica, Renee, myself, please let us know. Give us a phone call. We'd love to hear from you. Next week, I'll be in Tanzania. I hope to be on the ground by Monday's show. It's going to be like 2 a.m. So, you know, we're going to figure it out. But I want to encourage everyone, because you've been seeing the posts. And of course, we're trying to raise money for the soccer field there and the orphans. We need fencing and different things. You saw my trip in January. So 6 days from now. So anyone that chooses to donate or give as a result of this Power Hour show, I'm going to bring you back little pencils made by the orphans and the children there. Okay. So if you give as a result today, Power Hour, you put that in the memo. I'll make sure that we get you oh, I see some hearts. We get you a little giraffe or zebra, something from the Big 5 game there in Tanzania. And maybe, Robert, I'll be able to just by chance hook up with somebody from the Hadza tribe. Wouldn't that be cool? I know we we'll see if we can get over there and I'm praying for you, Robert, that one day you make it to Tanzania and you're able to go see the Hadza tribe. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I would love that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? So anyway, okay, there you have it, Power Hour. We'd love to get you one of these into your hands. And we love you, ladies. We're so glad that we're doing this from all over the world. This is really exciting. I'm so glad that you had a really awesome trip, and we can't wait to see you back here on the mainland this week.
Be there soon.
Thank you very much.
Everybody. Good night.